look at all these old plates and cups and saucers. Oh, look, here's my old art trophy. And what else is in here? Wow, it's an antique painting of my great uncle, the famous explorer. This is all really precious and fragile stuff, so I'm going to keep it in this box until I need it all for a special occasion. And I'm wrapping it up in this stuff. Bubble wrap! It's special, soft and bouncy stuff with lots of bubbles! No, actually, I mustn't pop the bubbles, no. Well, maybe just one more, eh? I love bubble wrap! Oh, brilliant. And it gives me a brilliant idea. Let's make something.
It's a brilliant bubble wrap cactus that you'll never need to water.
Let's make it. We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. Some pipe cleaners. Some bubble wrap. Some sticky tape. Some glue. Some paint and some paintbrushes. And a plastic plant pot. Whoa! Now, to make your very own bubble wrap cactus, like this one here, you will need 5 large squares of bubble wrap, like this. Now, place one of these squares bubble side down onto the table. Then, get a pipe cleaner and put it at the bottom edge of this square. Then stick it in place with some sticky tape. Let's roll it up like this all the way to the end, making a sort of bubble wrap sausage. Then just as we get to the end, we leave a little bit here to put on some glue, which will help us stick it together. Now we can do the same with 2 more pieces of bubble wrap. Now you have 3 bubble wrap rolls, you can stick them all together. So, put glue on the bottom half of each of the rolls. Then, we can squeeze all the sticky ends together, but don't squeeze too hard or all the bubbles will pop. Now, we need to take our plant pot and scrunch up another square of bubble wrap into a ball. Now, if we put this inside, we need to put on top a splodge of Gloopy Glue. That's going to help us stick our cactus in place. So let's put it in, right into the glue. And now with our last piece of bubble wrap, we can fill in all the space around the bubble wrap rolls. Now, we need to take one of the rolls and bend it downwards like that, and then bend it up again like this. Now do the same with another roll. And look, it's starting to look like a cactus. But now we need to paint it. So let's make a painty mixture.
Using half green paint and half Gloopy Glue.
Then we can paint this mixture all over our cactus. Then we can use a dark green painty mixture to paint the creases. And we can also use a yellow painty mixture to highlight some extra details. And last but not least, we can use a brown painty mixture here to show up the soil. Let's get painting. And when it's all nice and dry, you'll have your very own bubble wrap cactus. It's fantastic. Now, normally a cactus is spiky and prickly and not very nice to touch. But the good thing about our one is that it's soft and squidgy. Fantastic. Although I must remember not to pop the bubbles this time. Now, you can create any type of cactus you like. Look at this one. It's got brightly coloured decoration all around the pot. And how about this big round cactus.
Made with a big ball of bubble wrap.
And you can even try adding brightly coloured bubble wrap flowers. Fantastic cactus plants made with brilliant bubble wrap. I'm just having a rummage through the doodle drawers. I'm looking for some wool. Here it is. Now, it's my Auntie Mildred Maker's birthday, so I'm going to knit her a scarf. She'd really like that, yeah. I'm sure the end's not far away. Oh, right, I'll just give it a little pull. I found the end of the wool. Well, but I might be a bit tangled up. Never mind though. This has given me a great idea. Let's try something.
Try making a wonderful woolly winding picture.
But first we need to tidy up. Woo! Let's make it! We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. Some cotton reels. Some coloured wool. Some gloopy PVA glue. And some card. Whoa! Look at this wonderful woolly winding picture. Now, to make one of your very own, you need some coloured card. And you also need some cotton reels. Now, you can use as many as you like, but it looks really good if you use at least 6. Place your cotton reels around the card and make sure they're spaced out like this. When you're happy with the position of your cotton reels, stick them down with Gloopy Glue. When the cotton reels have dried firmly in place, attach a piece of thin wool to one of the reels with a knot like this. Now, this can be a bit tricky, so you might want to ask an adult to help you. Now we're going to start winding the wool around all of the cotton reels. Just wrap it around each one in a loop and then move on to the next one and do the same. Keep going until you've gone round each of the cotton reels and you get back to the reel you started with. Tie another knot and then snip off any extra bits of wool that you don't need. But be careful because scissors are sharp. Now we can do exactly the same, but with a different coloured wool. I think blue will look really good. Now, this time, though, we're going to start from a different reel. So let's wrap it around and tie a knot again. Yeah, it's nice and secure. And we're going to wind around all the cotton reels again, but this time wrap your wool around the reels in a different order. Make sure you go round them all. And remember to finish up at the reel that you started with. Tie a knot and carefully snip off any extra bits. It's looking really good already, but you can make it look even better by doing the same again using different colours of wool and winding around the cotton reels in different ways. What a great effect! It's a wonderful woolly winding picture, and there are lots of other colours and designs that you can try. This one is made by sticking the cotton reels in a circle shape. And this big one is made by using lots of cotton reels and lots of different coloured wool. And talking of lots and lots of wool, where did I put all that wool from earlier? Oh, there it is! It's Minute Maid time! Come on, everyone! And here's what we're going to make today. A Jazzy Pot that holds a lot. Perfect for all your bits and pieces. Now, to make a Jazzy Pot like this, you will need a plastic tray Lots of bits and pieces like sequins, beads and small toys, a small plastic plant pot, and a rolling pin. Plus, we will need some air drying clay that you can find in an art and craft shop. I'll be back in a tick. Whew. I've got it. There's the air drying clay. Now, do you think it's possible to make this in just 1 minute?
Not a chance.
Well, let's find out. I'm going to have to be very quick. But don't worry, I'll remind you how to do it at the end. Are you ready? Great! Let's make it in a minute. Start the clock. Right, let's get our lump of air drying clay and roll it into a flat sausage shape. There we go. Just keep rolling. Roll and roll and roll like that. This is looking good. Now let's get our plant pot and cover it in the clay. Here we go. We'll try and cover the whole thing like this and then squidge it down on the bottom there and then overlap it and push everything down to make a pot shape. There we go, this is looking good.
Halfway there.
Halfway already? Oh no. There we go, that's nice. And when it's completely covered in clay, we can cover it in the bits and pieces. Get plenty on and you just push them all into place like this. You can do it with your hands like this. You can use whatever bits you like.
10 seconds.
Oh, 10 seconds to go. Just keep pushing. Got a few seconds left. There we go. Here's my Jazzy Pot. Fantastic.
Just in time.
Phew, that was close. And when it's dry and you've got more than a minute, you could cover it in Gloopy PVA glue to keep all the bits in place. Yeah, why not try a really big one with a big plant pot? This one is covered in buttons and it's great for keeping your scissors and paintbrushes in. Why not try nuts, bolts and washers? Perfect for your felt tip pens. Jazzy Pots, made in a minute. Here's a reminder of how to do it.
Let's go back to the beginning and take another look. Roll the air drying clay out with a rolling pin. Wrap it around the plant pot so it's totally covered. Then roll it in a tray with all your bits and pieces to make a fantastic Jazzy Pot.
Why don't you try and make it in a minute?
This is a wool doodle. It's really easy to do, but looks so good you'll be able to frame it. To make your wool doodle, you'll need a long piece of wool, some white sticky PVA glue, and some paint. Dip the wool into a bowl of glue like this, and place it onto a piece of cardboard. Now have fun making a doodly pattern. When it's dry, it looks like this. Then colour in the spaces in and around your wool shapes. You could use paint, or felt tip pens, or even paste on some glue and add glitter. Give it a shake, and then after you've cleaned up, it looks perfect. You can try different types of wool doodle, like this one. You can do any shape or colour you want.
What a great way of making a really clever picture. Now all that's left to do is frame it.
Brilliant! I love making pictures out of all sorts of things. So...
Oh, great! It's Minute Make time. Come on. Here's what we're going to make today. A glittery box. Perfect for keeping all your bits and pieces inside. Now, to make a glittery box, you will need a round box with a lid like this, a brush, some glitter, and a special gloopy mixture made from half paint and half gloopy glue. You'll also need some shiny gems and some sparkly stars, which you can get from an art and craft shop. I'll be back in a tick. I've got them. Here they are. Our shiny gem and our sparkly stars. Now, do you think it's possible to make this in just 1 minute?
No way!
Well, I think I can do it, although I will have to be very quick. Don't worry though, I'll remind you how to do it at the end. Let's make it in a minute! Right, get an old tray or a mat, put your round box in the middle, and the gloopy mixture needs to completely cover it like this. There we go, let's cover the whole thing. You can use whatever colour you like, obviously, but I think blue will look rather good. That's it, around we go. Take it a bit more on the brush. There we are. It's messy this, but it's lots of fun.
Get a move on!
There we go. Yeah, that's looking good. Right, now I can put on the shiny gem in the middle, and now the stars. Now, of course, these will stick because there's gloopy glue in our mixture. There we go. Put that one down there as well. Now, as a finishing touch, let's get some glitter and sprinkle it all over like that. Put some around the side as well, and some around there. Give it a little bit of a shake, and you can just roll the edge in it, and I've done it!
Only just?
Yes, but if you've got more than a minute, why not try some other ideas? How about a yogurt pot covered in blue glitter and silver gems? You can even make a really big glittery box with lots of gems and shiny stickers on it. Great glittery boxes made in a minute. Why don't you try and make one? Here's a reminder of how to do it.
Let's go back to the beginning and take another look. Cover the box with a mixture of paint and gloopy glue. Place on shiny gems and stars, and sprinkle on glitter to finish your fantastic glittery box.
Why don't you try and make it in a minute? Yeah. I'm going fishing today. I've got my fishing rod. Whoa. I've got my fishing box. Look at that. And I've also got my lovely wriggly wiggly worms that fish think are really tasty. And what's more, the weatherman says it's going to be the most beautiful day. Oh no! I'm not going anywhere. What am I going to do with my worms now? Fish think worms are really tasty, but who else does? Blech, not me. Oh, that's right. Birds think that worms are really tasty. And that gives me an idea. Let's make something. An amazing magnetic worm catching game that you can play on your own or with your friends. Let's make it! We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. Coloured paper and card. Some pipe cleaners. Some string or wool. We need some feathers. Where are the feathers? Oh, here they are. Thank you. And some sticky stuff. Now, to make a magnetic worm catching game, like this one here, we'll also need some googly eyes and a small magnet. Now, if you haven't got these at home, don't worry, you can get them from an arty and crafty shop. I'll be back in a tick. Got them. Right, I'm going to leave my magnet and my googly eyes over there for now because it's time to make our bird. Now for this, we need to draw 2 circles, one big and one small. Now here's a tip. Get a roll of sticky tape and for the big circle, draw around the outside, like this. And now for the small circle, move the sticky roll down just a little bit, like that, and then draw in the inside of the roll. Now we need to take our scissors And very carefully, because scissors are sharp, whoa, cut it out. Now we need our googly eyes. Here they are. But if you haven't got googly eyes, don't worry, you can always make some like this. There, they look just as good, but I think I'll use these ones for now. Let's stick them on. There we go. Next, we need to give our bird his beak. And for this, we'll need a triangle of orange paper, or we could use a triangle of white paper coloured in orange. Let's stick it on. There we go. Hello, Mr. Bird. Ooh. Now let's stick the feathers on. Now we need to get our magnet. The magnet sticks to the metal in the pipe cleaner. It's magic. Let's stick the magnet onto our bird on the back of his beak. There we go. Let's stick that down there. And now we need to get some wool and stick that to the back of our bird, just there. Also with some sticky tape. And now, very carefully, we need to get our scissors and cut some pipe cleaners into worms. Now you're ready to play the magnetic worm catching game, either on your own or with a friend. Whoa, whoa. Now let's see who can pick up the most worms in the quickest time. Right. After you. No, after you. Oh, I tell you what, let's just go on 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, I've got 1. I've got 2 at a time. That's 2. No! Oh, another one. I've got 3. Me too. I've got 2. Oh, quick! Come on! Oh, that was a great game. Yes, it was a great game. Thanks for your help. No problem. Right, this is what we're going to make today. A Splat Monster Pen Pal.
Yeah, got any pencils?
It's a pencil's best friend. Now, to make a Splat Monster Pen Pal, you will need a pencil, some paints, and some air drying clay, which you can get from any arty and crafty shop. I'll be back in a tick. Woo! Here's my air drying clay. Now, do you think it's possible to make a Splat Monster Pen Pal like this in a minute?
No way!
Really? Well, let's find out. I'll have to move very quickly, but don't worry, I'll remind you how to make it at the end. Are you ready? Let's make it in a minute! Right, first thing to do is to get some air drying clay and roll it. That's right, I said roll it into a ball. Well, a kind of ball shape anyway. Then stick it down and squidge it into the shape you want. You can make any shape you like. I'm going to do that shape. It's kind of like a blobby triangle shape. Then get another bit of clay, not much this time, and roll into 2 eyes. There we go. 2 eyes. There we go. Right, and stick those on.
Faster! Faster! Faster!
I'm going as quick as I can. I'm just putting the eyes on. I'm not doing badly, you know. Right, there are the eyes. Then get your pencil and put a dot there and a dot there. Yeah, the eyes are looking good. And then draw in a mouth like that. A little bit there, a little bit there. And the mouth is where the pencil goes. There you go, just in time. I did it.
Lucky, lucky, lucky!
I told you I would. And when it's dry, you could paint it different colours and even try different designs too.
Lovely. Got any more pencils?
Wow, a Splat Monster Pen Pal made in a minute. Why don't you try it? And here's a reminder of how to do it.
Let's go back to the beginning and take another look. To make your Splat Monster Pen Pal, take some air drying clay and roll it into the shape you want. Then take 2 smaller pieces of clay and roll them to make eyes. Take a pencil and add dots in the eyes and a mouth shape. Before finally pushing a pencil in place, let it dry and paint your Splat Monster any colour you like.
Why don't you try making it in a minute? Do you like my new car? Hey! Wow, it's good, isn't it? Yeah. I've always wanted to build it some roads. I've got some designs here, actually. Let's have a look. No, I don't like that design. No, I don't like that one. Let's have a look. Aha! No, I don't like that. Ooh, I do like that, though. These torn edges have given me an idea. Let's try something.
Try using torn paper to make an incredible street that can reach as far as you want it to go and can have anything you want on it.
Let's make it. We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. Some coloured pages from an old magazine. A square of coloured card. A paintbrush. And some brown paint. Woo! Now, to make your street like this one here, you first need to use your brown paint and paint a thick brown stripe in the centre of your card. Now this looks great on blue card, but if you haven't got any blue card, don't worry, you can always paint it blue yourself. Next you need some brightly coloured paper that you've torn out of some old magazines. And then tear them up some more. And then sort them into piles of different colours like this. Now you're ready to start designing your street. Can you guess what I'm going to make first? Look, it's a house. Now stick on the doors and windows. Let's decorate the rest of it. You could make a tree. That can be made by using a strip of brown, and a bigger piece of green. In fact, you could decorate your street with lots more trees and lots more grass. It's a great effect, isn't it? And I've even put a little pig walking down the street. But to make your street longer, you need to make more squares. You can fill your squares with anything you like. Let's take a closer look. Whoa! Here we are! Why not try making a crossroads? It looks like a road that's cross-shaped. Or even a curved road, so all of your streets connect together. You can go as far as you like. Why don't you try and make it? Ooh, and always look out for traffic. Yeah, I think I ought to make a torn paper zebra crossing. Time to get out of here. Whew, that was close.
Why don't you have a go at making a torn paper road as big or as small as you like?
It's minute make time. Come on. Right, it's minute make time, and here's what we're going to make today. A colourful keyring charm. Perfect to hang on your bag, belt or lunchbox. Now, to make one of these, you'll need a pipe cleaner, some plastic coloured beads, a keyring, and a small plastic toy or button with a loop on the back of it like this. Now, do you think it's possible to make this in just 1 minute?
No way!
Oh, well, let's find out. I'm going to have to be very quick, but don't worry. I'll remind you how to do it at the end. Are you ready? Great! Let's make it in a minute. Start the clock. Right, let's get our pipe cleaner and feed on our small plastic toy like that. That's the rhino. Let's put him round there once or twice. There we go. Brilliant. Now let's turn it over like that and start feeding on our plastic beads. I'm going to start with this small dark green one like that. There we go. And then put on one of these slightly larger light green ones. There we go. You can use whatever colour beads you like and whatever shape and size.
Halfway there.
Oh no, they're going everywhere. I've got to be, oh no, I need a big one now. That's it, that goes on there, like that. Now another small one. Oh dear, I'm running out of time. There we go, and one more big one should do it, I think. All right, oh no, I'm running out of time. Right, now I need the keyring loop like that. And then I just need to loop it round and round and round and round like that. There we go. A fantastic keyring charm. Now all we need to do is attach it to our backpack or our lunchbox. And if you've got more than a minute, you could make a football keyring charm in your favourite team's colours and a football button. Or even a multicoloured key charm with a star at the bottom. A brilliant keyring bag charm made in a minute. Why don't you try it? Here's a reminder of how to do it.
Let's go back to the beginning and take another look. Attach an old toy or button to the pipe cleaner, then feed lots of beads onto the pipe cleaner from the other end, and twist on your keyring loop to finish your keyring charm.
Why don't you try making it in a minute? Ooh. Let's make a picture out of beads. Wow! Wow!
What could it be? Any ideas? It's a truck! That's amazing! And so's this.
Now, take a look at this.
It's an umbrella in the rain. Doesn't it look effective? It's really easy to do, but looks so good you'll be able to frame it. You will need dark coloured paper, a silver pen, a pencil, paint, a brush, glue, beads and buttons, and lots of blue stickers. Draw an umbrella on dark coloured paper with a pencil. Then paint each panel of the umbrella a different colour. When it's dry, outline your umbrella with a silver pen and colour in the handle. To make the rain, stick down your buttons, beads and stickers in lines across the picture. Use small ones at the top and big ones at the bottom. Fantastic! And great fun to do on a rainy day.
What a brilliant picture! Why don't you have a go? And then frame it!
Oh dear, looks like rain again. Look at this great exploding firework picture. It's easy to do, but looks so good that you'll be able to frame it. You'll need some dark coloured paper, brightly coloured paint, glue, glitter, and a paintbrush. First, squirt some blobs of paint all around your paper. You don't have to be neat. Now, flick the paint out of each blob with a paintbrush like this. This is great fun. Then make it extra explosive. Use your paintbrush to splash some sticky white PVA glue all over your picture. Now shake some glitter over it. Shake it all off and wait for it to dry. What a great firework picture! Why don't you try it? And when it's all done, it looks really explosive. Kaboom!
What a great way of making a really clever picture. Now all that's left to do is frame it.
Doesn't that look amazing?
Now take a look at this.
This nighttime picture is made in a really clever way, and it looks so effective you'll be able to frame it. You will need coloured card, dark paper, white chalk, black paint, a pencil and a paintbrush. First, paint a thick layer of black paint all over the card and leave it to dry. Then take a piece of dark coloured paper and completely cover it with white chalk. Place the chalk side down on top of the dry painted card. And now you can draw a nighttime picture in a very clever way. Draw whatever you want. This is going to be a cat outside in the moonlight. Add a long fence and the moon, and let's add a tree. Then slowly lift it off to reveal where the white chalk has rubbed onto the black painted card underneath, giving you a fantastic effect.
What a brilliant picture! Why don't you have a go? And then frame it!
Isn't that clever?
Yeah. What's your favourite cake? I like donuts. Ha! Oh! Are you still there? Hang on, wait a minute. Oh, sorry about that. I couldn't see you through that jam splodge. A splodge. Lots of splodges. Squillions of splodges. That gives me an idea. Ooh, let's try something. Try using splodges to make a Gloopy Glue stained glass pattern. Let's make it. We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. 4 plastic cups. 4 lolly sticks. 4 different coloured poster paints. And lots of Gloopy white PVA glue. Whoa! Now, to make your Gloopy Glue pattern, like this one here, put a good splodge of glue in each cup, like this. Then put 2 splodges of paint in each cup. Use a different cup for each colour. Now, give them a mix with a lolly stick. Use a different lolly stick for each cup. Now, you need to ask an adult if you can use an old baking tray. Thanks! Right, let's get started. Now, pour a splodge of your painty gloopy mixture onto your tray. And then make a pattern with your lolly stick. Now, put it in a warm place to dry for the day and then leave it overnight. Night! Morning! Now that your splodge design is dry, put a thick layer of glue over the top. And then leave it to dry again overnight. Night! Morning. Now, this is the exciting bit. Very carefully peel your splodge design away from the tray. Now be careful because you don't want to tear it. There! Not bad! A Gloopy Glue pattern. Go on, try it. You see, any splodge design can be a masterpiece. Yeah. Oh, no! Double donuts! I've done it again! Hey, it's Minute Make time! It's Minute Make time, and here's what we're going to make today. A pencil bug. Aye, aye, Mr. Bug. Now, to make a pencil bug, you will need 2 long pieces of wool, 4 short pieces of wool, a sharp pencil, plus some googly eyes and some air drying clay. Now you can find them in an art and craft shop. I'll be back in a tick. I've got them. Right, here are the googly eyes, and I'm going to leave the air drying clay in the bag for the minute. Now, do you think it's possible to make this in just 1 minute?
Not a chance.
Oh, let's find out. I'm going to have to be very quick. But don't worry, I'll remind you how to do it at the end. Let's make it in a minute. Start the clock. Right, let's get 2 lumps of air drying clay, one slightly bigger than the other. There we go. I'm just going to rip a little bit off the big bit and make a smaller ball in one hand and a smaller ball in the other. Yep, and put those to the side. Now these are going to be the head and the body. So let's squidge those together like that. There we are, the head goes on top. Now I'm going to give our pencil bug some hair like this. I'm going to push it in with the pencil. There we go. Now if I turn it over, there's one arm on there, that side. Give him an arm on the other side as quickly as I can. Right, now he needs some legs, doesn't he? He needs some legs, so let's give him 2. There we go, let's give him some legs there. There's one leg, and there's the other. Right, he's looking good, he's looking good. Let's give him some eyes, just squidge those in. There's 1 and there's 2. And now we can give him feet with these smaller balls there. There's 1 and there's 2. And then we can just push a pencil in the bottom.
That was close.
That was close. And when your pencil bug is dry and you've got more than a minute, you could paint it a nice bright colour and maybe cover it in gloopy PVA glue to keep everything stuck together. Plus, there are lots of other ideas you could try too. How about a stripy orange and red one? You can even make one with lots of arms.
Ah.
Pencil bugs made in a minute. Why don't you try it? Here's a reminder of how to do it.
Let's go back to the beginning and take another look. Roll 2 large balls and 2 small balls of the clay. Put the large balls together to make a head and a body. Push in the wool with a pencil to make the hair, arms and legs. Stick on your googly eyes. Add the 2 small balls for feet. Now you can stick your pencil bug onto your pencil.
Why don't you try making it in a minute? I've just been going through my collection of sticky stuff. Yeah, I've got sticky glues. Yeah. Ooh. I've got sticky tapes. And even sticky back plastic. It's sticky, a bit fiddly, but great fun. And it gives me a fantastic idea. Let's make it! We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. Come on! Some tissue paper. Some sticky tape. Some scissors. And some glitter and some sequins. Whoa! Now, to make a sticky back plastic pattern like this one here, you need to get yourself a piece of sticky back plastic. Now we need to peel off the backing of this and lay it sticky side up. Now it's a lot easier to do this if you stick 2 of the corners down with sticky tape. There we go. Now the backing should just come off. Here it is. There we go. There, perfect. Now I'm just going to stick these other 2 corners down with sticky tape. Now we need to start tearing up tissue paper. You can use whatever colours you like, but I'm going to use green and yellow. Now arrange your pieces of tissue paper onto the sticky back plastic. Make sure you get a good mixture of shapes and colours. Next, you can add some sequins on top. Make your pattern nice and busy. And how about some glitter? Now, all you need to do is add a top layer of sticky back plastic to seal your pattern. Now, this can be a bit tricky again, so you might want to ask an adult to help you. Now, a good tip is to peel back just one edge of the backing first, like this. Then stick this edge down first, and with one hand, peel away the backing, and with the other hand, smooth the sticky back plastic across your page to seal your pattern. Now don't worry if the glitter or the sequins move as you do this, or the plastic creases, because it all adds to that finished effect. Wow, very nice indeed. Now we can tidy up our sticky back plastic pattern by removing the sticky tape at the corners and trimming off any extra tissue paper around the edge. Doesn't it look great? And it can look even better if you stick it on your window. That way the light can shine right through it. And you can try any colour pattern you want to. How about this one? Using lots of different coloured tissue paper and sequins. Sticky back plastic patterns. Another triumph for my box of sticky stuff. Get off.
Here's an idea that's out of this world. A fantastic space picture. It's easy to do, but looks so good, you'll be able to frame it. This is a great way of using chalks, some dark paper, and different size rolls of sticky tape, or anything with a hole in the middle, like this biscuit cutter. Now it's time to make lots of dust with your coloured chalk. Get a scrap of paper and rub chalk all over the page. When you've got lots of dust in different colours, you're ready to start. Put one of the sticky tapes or biscuit cutters onto the paper. Then dip your finger in the coloured dust. Now gently dab your chalky finger inside your sticky tape, like this. Try and make one side darker than the other, just like a real planet. That's great! And why not make a bigger planet with a bigger shape cutter and another colour? You can do as many planets as you like. Now let's add some stars with some white chalk. Look, an amazing space picture. Why don't you have a go?
What a great way of making a really clever picture. Now all that's left to do is frame it.
Brilliant!
Now take a look at this.
This wonderful woolly plane picture is great fun to do and looks so good you'll be able to frame it. You will need wool, blue card, a pencil, a paintbrush, scissors and PVA Gloopy Glue. Use a pencil to draw a plane on the card. You can use any colour you like, but blue looks good for the sky. Spread glue all over the plane. Then decide what colour you want the different parts of your plane to be and start to colour the plane in with wool like this. For each part of the plane, stick the wool on in different patterns. To finish your picture, stick woolly smoke at the back of the plane to make it look like it's flying through the sky. Doesn't that look fantastic?
What a brilliant picture! Why don't you have a go? And then frame it!
Wow, what a great effect! I like making pictures out of all sorts of things, so
let's make a picture out of pencil sharpeners. Woo! Ooh. Ooh. Ew. Ho-ho-ho!
what are they going to make? It's a beetle!
Now, take a look at this.
What a brilliant dragon picture! It's great fun to do and makes a picture so good you'll be able to frame it. You'll need coloured paper, some craft foam, a pencil, scissors, a glue stick, googly eyes and sparkly gems. For the dragon's body, draw a teardrop shape on craft foam with a pencil. Then draw your dragon some hands and feet like this. Next, draw some big triangle shapes for the dragon's spikes and smaller ones for teeth. Now, on a different coloured piece of foam, draw a mouth shape and some circles. Carefully cut out your foam shapes and stick them down to make a dragon. And finally, add some shiny gems and googly eyes to finish off your dragon.
What a brilliant picture! Why don't you have a go? And then frame it!
Fantastic!
Oh, delicious. Lovely. Oh, no. Oh, what a mess. Oh, I tell you what, though, this has given me a great idea. Let's make something.
Fool your friends into thinking you've made a mess by making this fantastic fake spilt drink.
Let's make it. We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. Some gloopy PVA glue, some sticky-backed plastic and some cardboard. Some red modelling clay, a paintbrush and a straw. A plastic glass and some paint. Oh, now to make your very own hilarious spilt drink like this one here, you first have to mix up a drink-coloured mixture. Now you can choose whatever colour you like, but I think that a strawberry milkshake will look rather good. Now to make that mixture, you need a cup and red paint and the same amount of white paint. And then on top of that, a good squirt of Gloopy Glue. Now let's give it a mix. That looks all nicely mixed up, a nice pink milkshake mixture. Let's put that to one side at the moment. And we're going to bring in our piece of cardboard. There we are. Now we take our sticky-backed plastic and we're going to put this on top of the cardboard. Now here's a good tip. If you just fold back just the top edge of the backing of the sticky back plastic, this will help you stick it on. So we can line it up with the top of the cardboard and then smooth it down like that. Now this is a bit fiddly, so it's a good idea to ask an adult to help you. That top bit stuck down, and now I'm going to hold that top bit with one hand and then with the other hand reach underneath and pull away the rest of the backing. That looks really good, which means we can bring back in our milkshake mixture. Now we're going to pour a good dollop of this, almost all of the mixture, but not quite all of it. Now you can take a paintbrush, turn it upside down and use the other end to drag through the paint to make it look like your milkshake mixture has spilt everywhere. Excellent! Now using the rest of your painty mixture, we're going to paint a dribbly spill shape on the inside of a plastic milkshake glass. And when you've finished that, you can bring back in your spill and push the plastic glass actually into the spill like that, touching it so it looks like the glass has been knocked over. Now, how about we add a straw as well? Here's a curly plastic one. And just pop that into the spill as well. And to really finish it off, we can use a ball of red modelling clay. Now, this is going to be a cherry. Let's pop that in as well. It looks like someone has just knocked over a milkshake. Who would be silly enough to do that, eh? Now it's all finished, we can leave it to dry overnight. Good night. Morning. When it's completely dry, you can very carefully peel your spilt drink off the sticky backed plastic, and it's all finished. Doesn't it look realistic? It's a spilt milkshake without the mess, and it's good enough to fool your friends. How about trying some other ideas too? You could try a chocolate milkshake with a corrugated cardboard flaky chocolate. Or even a pint of spilt milk using a clean plastic milk bottle and a white paint mixture. What fantastic makes, eh? And to celebrate, I'm going to treat myself to a lovely new drink, but this time it's a real one. I think I deserve it. Oh, this sticky tape is really tricky tape. Very sticky and hard to handle. Ow! Ah! Oh. Whereas this stuff is great. It's called masking tape. Yeah, and it's sticky, but not too sticky. So it peels off easily. Yeah. Oh, this gives me an idea. Let's try something. Try using masking tape to create a fantastic masking tape pattern. Let's make it! We're going to need some things from the doodle drawers. Some coloured paper. Some paintbrushes. A sponge. And of course, some masking tape. Now, to make your masking tape pattern, like this, start making a pattern onto your coloured paper. Put long strips of masking tape across the page, like this. And then stick long strips down the page like this. Now look, it makes a kind of crisscross pattern. And when you've finished, paint over your pattern and leave it to dry. When the paint is dry, very carefully peel the masking tape off. Now look, the paper has stayed light blue where the tape was stuck down. Now do the same again, but this time move the masking tape so that it overlaps a little bit from where it was before, like this. Then cover the whole page in a different coloured paint, and this time you could try using a sponge to give a different effect. And then leave it to dry. And then carefully peel off the tape again. Wow, I'm really happy with my picture, but if you like, you can do a picture using different patterns, like this one.
You can put your masking tape wherever you like.
So try making an amazing masking tape pattern. Now, where did I leave that tricky sticky tape? No, can't see it anywhere. Now, take a look at this. What a great way of making a really clever picture. Now all that's left to do is frame it. Hi, love. Stretchy stuff. We use stretchy stuff called elastic in things like a trampoline. That was a bit of an interesting one. And we're going to use stretchy elastic today for a great make because I've had a great idea. But watch out, because it's a bit of a spooky one. Let's make something. A seriously spooky, bouncy bat made from elastic and crepe paper. Let's make it. We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. Some thick black paper. Some black crepe paper. Some elastic bands. And some white sticky dots. Whoa! Now to make your bouncy bat, like this one here, we first need to make his body. And for that, we take 2 sheets of crepe paper. There. Now we need to scrunch these up into 2 balls. There's 1, and there's 2. Let's get another piece of crepe paper and wrap these balls up, a bit like a present. There we go. There! And now to make our bat even fatter, let's take another piece of crepe paper and wrap it up again. to keep it all together, I'm going to use an elastic band. Wrap it around the middle, like that, to make a neck shape. Take a long strip of thick black paper and fold it in half,
And now we need to draw a pointy wing shape.
like this. You can draw your wing any shape you like, but just remember to keep the tip of the wing at the open side of the paper, like that. Now, at the folded end, here, draw an ear shape like this. Next, keep the paper folded whilst you cut out both shapes. Now, be careful because scissors are sharp. If you find this hard, ask an adult to do it for you. Now for the clever bit. When you unfold the paper, you're left with 2 wings, exactly the same, and 2 ears, exactly the same. Take some scissors and very carefully cut the ears in half. This separates them. And now we can stick our wings and our ears onto our bat's body. Now get 2 sticky white dots. If you haven't got these, don't worry, you could just draw circles on paper and cut them out. Get a black pen, add a dot in the middle of each sticky circle. These are our eyes, and we can add them to our bat. There's one eye. And now we need to make him bounce. And for this, we need another elastic band. Very carefully, take your scissors and make one snip there, and then stick this onto your bat. There we go. Stick it on like that. And there you have it, your very own bouncy bat. And for a great effect, why not try making lots of bouncy bats? So go on, go Batty. Once you've started, you won't be able to stop. Don't stop it! Get off! Get off! Now, take a look at this.
This is a great pattern picture, and it's made using wax crayons and ink. It's very easy to do, but makes a picture that looks so good, you'll be able to frame it. You will need white paper, paintbrushes, crayons, different coloured inks, and water. To make a pattern picture, draw lots of shapes and dots onto the paper with a white crayon. This is quite tricky because you can't see what you're doing, but all will be revealed. Now do the same with other colours. It's time for some magic. Mix the coloured ink with water and paint rectangles and squares all over the top of the wax shapes. You can do as many shapes as you like. And when it's dry, look how the wax crayons magically resist the paint. You can see the wax drawings underneath the painted shapes. It's a brilliant pattern picture.
What a great way of making a really clever picture. Now all that's left to do is frame it.
I like making pictures out of all sorts of things.
What a lovely sunny day. It's time I gave my plants a bit of a watering. Yes, my plants love water.
But I don't.
Who said that?
Me! It's Bernard the Bug.
Oh, hello, Bernard. Sorry, did I splash you with the water there?
Just a bit, yeah.
Oh.
But never mind. It's time for me to fly away anyway.
Oh, OK, bye, Bernard.
Bye-bye, Mr. Maker.
Oh, careful, Bernard. That window's not open. Bernard, are you all right?
Oh, I'm all right now. Just let me be. Oh, no, hang on. Oh, here we go.
Oh, poor old Bernard. He never looks where he's going. But still, he's given me a great idea. Let's make something.
Make your very own hilarious Gloopy Splat Bug to stick on a window or a door.
Let's make it. We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. An old baking tray, some pink cards and a felt tip pen. PVA Gloopy Glue and a paintbrush. Some googly eyes.
That I got from the shop earlier.
And some glitter and some sequins. Now, to make your very own splat bug, like this one here, you need to get yourself a baking tray and then some Gloopy Glue and add a big dollop right in the middle. There we go. Now, using the end of a paintbrush, we can flick out our Gloopy Glue to make a splat shape. There. Now, we can add our googly eyes on top. And we can even add some sequins and glitter.
Now we can add a tongue to our splat bug.
And we do that by drawing a tongue shape on some pink card. Now we're going to cut this out, but be careful because scissors are sharp. Whoa, hey! Now, gently place the tongue into the Gloopy Splat mixture. There! Now we can leave it to dry overnight. Good night! Morning! And when it's dry, you can very gently peel off your splat bug from the baking tray. Here it comes. There, give it a little shake. And there you have it! A perfect Gloopy Splat Bug. And the great thing about Gloopy Splat Bugs is that you can stick them anywhere. By using some sticky tape, you could stick a splat bug on a book. This one's a different splat shape and it's got blue and gold glitter.
Or you can stick one on a window, like this blue one.
Gloopy Splat Bugs, they look fantastic anywhere. I've got a bit of a problem. I can't decide. Spots? Ooh. Or stripes? Ooh, lovely, yeah. Or spots? Oh, I just can't make up my mind. Or we could do both. That gives me an idea. A fantastic pattern picture made out of stripes and spots. Let's make it. The main things you need to make it are in the doodle drawers. You need 3 colours of paper. Black, white and red looks good. A cauliflower. No, that's for my tea later, actually. Whew. And one of these clever things, a hole punch. Watch what happens. Paper, hole punch, punch, holes. It's clever, isn't it? And some glue. First, take some scissors and your black and white paper and cut both pieces into thin strips. Now, be careful because scissors are sharp. You can cut some strips fatter than others. You might want to ask an adult to help you with this bit. When you've cut out all of your strips, it's time for the fun bit. You'll find your hole punch easier to use if you place it on the table. Then carefully feed in a strip and start making some holes. Make holes all the way down your strip, and when you've done a black strip, do a white one. And keep going until you've got holes in all of your strips. Now we need red paper. Take a black strip, put some glue on it, and stick it down to the edge. Look, the red shows through the holes to make spots. Next, glue a white strip and stick it down so that it overlaps. These make the stripes. And keep going, black, then white, until you've covered all of your red paper. Look, a superb stripy, spotty hole punch pattern. And you can try any 3 colours you like.
How about orange and yellow spots and stripes? Or any colour you like?
Stripy, spotty hole punch patterns. Why don't you try it and go stripy and spotty all over? Hey, I didn't mean me. Whew, that's better. Now, take a look at this.
What a wonderful picture of a countryside scene. It's easy to do and looks so good you'll be able to frame it. You'll need some white paper, paint, coloured pencils and sticky tack. Start off by stretching out the sticky tack to make long, thin strips. Lay one long strip of sticky tack across the bottom of the paper in a wavy line. Press it down lightly so it sticks to the paper. Now stick down more strips in curved lines. These are going to be the fields in the distance. Make 3 circles with the sticky tack and stick them down at the top of the paper. These will be the trees. Now for the paint. Paint inside the lines of our sticky tack shapes. Green looks good. This is going to be our grass. Let's paint the other fields and trees with different colours. Once it's dry, you can peel all the sticky tack off. Wow, it's white where the sticky tack was. And now you can clearly see the patchwork fields. Draw lines in the fields and little V's for grass with coloured pencils. Draw small spiral shapes. Add a fence along the top of the grass. And how about some clouds in the sky? Finish off your picture by adding tree trunks like this. You could even add a little sheep. It's a beautiful countryside scene.
What a great way of making a really clever picture. Now all that's left to do is frame it.
It looks like rain.
Look at this busy city picture. It's easy to draw once you know the secret, and it looks so good you'll be able to frame it. You'll need 2 different coloured felt tip pens, some sticky tape and a piece of paper. And here's the secret. Take a piece of sticky tape and tape your 2 pens together, and look what you can do. You can draw 2 lines at the same time. To draw your city picture, just draw lots of straight lines, up, across and down. Add lots of squiggles and dots. This is a really great way of making your picture look like it's busy and moving. What a good idea! You could even try a butterfly. It looks like it's fluttering. Or a radio. It looks like it's playing loud music.
What a great way of making a really clever picture. Now all that's left to do is frame it.
I love making pictures out of all sorts of things.
It's Minute Maid time. Come on. Here's what we're going to make today. A wobbly bug. It's a bug that's wobbly.
I'm wibbly wobbly.
And to make one, you will need a glue stick, a pipe cleaner, 2 pom-poms, that's one big and one small, and we'll also need some air drying clay, some googly eyes, and half of a plastic egg. Now you can get these things from a toy shop or an art and craft shop. I'll be back in a tick. Wait there. I've got them. Here we go. Let's have a look what we've got. 1 googly eye. There's 2. And there's the ball of air drying clay. And also, here's a plastic egg which splits into 2 halves. Now I'm going to use this half here, which has got a rounded bottom. Now you don't just have to use a plastic egg. Oh no, there are lots of different plastic containers that you can use.
Just make sure they split into 2 halves.
But do you think it's possible to make this in just 1 minute?
No way!
Oh, well, I think I can do it, Tocky. I'll have to move quickly, though, but don't worry, I'll remind you how to do it at the end.
Stop the clock!
Here we go. Let's get our ball of air drying clay and squidge it into the bottom of our half of the egg. There we go. And then we're going to get a pipe cleaner and wrap it around our finger like that to make a spring. There we go. I'm going to spring into action, Tocky, and push the spring into the clay like that. There we go. That's looking wobbly and good. Now let's make our bug. I've got the small pom-pom here. I'm going to put plenty of glue onto it like that to make a nose. And then I'm going to put on the googly eyes. Here's one. There we go. 1 googly eye. And here's the other googly eye going on. There we go. And now I just need to stick him into the top of the spring like this. There he goes. You've got yourself 1 wobbly bug.
Stop the clock!
Yes, and if you've got more than a minute, there are other wobbly bugs that you can make too.
How about using a yellow pipe cleaner with a purple pom-pom? Or why not try making a really big wobbly bug by using a bigger pom-pom and a bigger egg?
Wobbly bugs made in a minute. Why don't you try making one? Here's a reminder of how to do it.
Let's go back to the beginning and take another look. Put a ball of air drying clay into the bottom of the egg. Curl a pipe cleaner around your finger to make a spring shape. Stick the pipe cleaner into the clay and then stick a nose and 2 googly eyes onto the pom-pom. Push the pom-pom onto the spring to finish your wobbly bug.
Why don't you try and make it in a minute?
There are loads of things you can use to print.
A potato. Your hands. And this one you've got to try. Soft modelling clay. That gives me an idea. Let's try something.
Try using modelling clay to make this great sandcastle sitting on a sunny beach.
Let's make it. We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. Some modelling clay. An old rolling pin. Some paint. A piece of paper. And a tray. Ooh. Now, to make your print, like this one here, you need to get a ball of modelling clay and put it in the middle of your tray. Now, don't worry if you haven't got a tray, because you could lay down some old sheets of newspaper instead. Now, get a rolling pin and start rolling out your clay. There. Now, don't make it too thin. It needs to be about the thickness of your little finger. Yeah. Right, and also you need to roll it out enough so that it covers a bit of paper you're going to print onto. Now, for your design. Take a sharp pencil or a lolly stick and get drawing into the clay. I'm going to draw a beach scene on a sunny day, starting with a palm tree. How about a sandcastle? And now we need the sun to be shining in the sky. And when you're happy with your design, it's time to paint. I'm going to use a nice golden sandy colour to make it feel all warm. Cover the whole thing. Quickly and carefully hit your paper and place it on top of your paint. Now push down quite hard and rub your hands all over it. Then carefully peel it off. Look! A print! Now leave it to dry. Fantastic! And it's so easy. You can try lots of other designs too.
Like this snowman. Modelling clay printing. It's an easy way to make lots of really clever pictures, like this rocket. And this flamingo. Why don't you try using modelling clay to make a great picture? Look, it's some sheep in the countryside, made with the help of some bubble wrap. It's so easy but looks so good that you'll be able to frame it. You'll need paint, paper, scissors, and of course bubble wrap. Get some coloured paper as a background colour. Blue is great because it looks like the sky on a sunny day. Now carefully cut out some bubble wrap shapes. Use a long piece a bit like this one and dip it into some dark green paint. Wipe any extra paint off. Then press your painted bubble wrap onto the bottom of the paper in a kind of jaggedy line. Then you can do the same with a lighter green paint, printed over the top for a great effect. Now dip some cloud-shaped pieces like this into some white paint. Can you see what it is? Maybe this will help. That's right! It's some sheep. To finish it off, why not use a circle shape like this? Cover the circle in yellow paint and print a hot summer sun up in the sky. There you go, all done. A bubble wrap print countryside picture, but you can try any picture you want.
What a great way of making a really clever picture. Now all that's left to do is frame it.
Fantastic! I love making pictures out of all sorts of things, so...
Now take a look at this.
This is a creepy cauldron. It looks really spooky, doesn't it? This picture is very easy to make, but looks so good, you'll be able to frame it. You will need coloured paper, chalks, paint, a glue stick, and whatever you want to put into your cauldron. Start by drawing the top of a cauldron on the bottom half of your paper. Then colour it in black paint. And how about painting bright green for the bubbling broth inside? When it's dry, make swirly chalk marks so it looks as if pongy smells are coming out of your cauldron. You can smudge them with your finger for a hazy effect. And now for the gruesome ingredients. What about a pipe cleaner wiggly worm? It's just a pipe cleaner with googly eyes on the end. Add some pictures cut out of magazines, like a leg or even an old fish head with a spooky skeleton made out of strips of paper. Draw a horrible eyeball, cut it out and stick it on, adding red tissue paper for jelly bits. But you can put anything you like in the cauldron. Let your imagination run wild. And for a finishing touch, add some stars.
What a great way of making a brilliant picture! Now all that's left to do is frame it.
Isn't that effective?
It's Minute Maid time! Here's what we're going to make today. It's a pet bug, hello, that moves. Look at that. Wow! Now to make this pet bug, you will need some glue, some scissors, 2 different coloured pieces of card and a pom-pom. Ooh. We'll also need some googly eyes and 2 small magnets, which you can get from any arty and crafty shop. I'll be back in a tick. I've got them. Right, I'm going to leave my googly eyes and my magnets here. Now, do you think it's possible to make this in just 1 minute?
You must be joking.
Really? Let's find out. I'm going to have to be very quick, but don't worry, I'll remind you how to do it at the end. Are you ready? Let's make it in a minute! Right, get your pom-pom and 1 of the magnets and put some glue on top there. There we go. And this will stick our pom-pom in place. Now it's time to stick on his googly eyes. There we go, get lots of glue on there. There's 1 eye. Let's give him another eye. Lots of glue again. There we go, Mr. Bug. You've got 2 eyes. There's our bug. Look at him. Hello. Great. Now let's make a racetrack with one of our bits of paper. Turn it over there. Fold it in half and cut down the middle very, very carefully. Because remember, scissors are sharp.
Be careful.
I'm being careful, Tocky, don't worry. There we go. Right, and now put some glue on this. Stick it onto this bit of card. And we're done!
Stop the clock.
Thanks, Tocky. That was close. Now for the magic bit. If you get the other magnet and put it underneath your bug, like that, you can move him. Wow, look at him go. And if you've got more than a minute, why not make more bugs? Great. And why don't you race them against each other? Go on, red bug, go blue. Go on, red, quicker blue. Wow, what a great race. A magnetic bug made in a minute. Why don't you try it? Here's a reminder of how to do it.
Let's go back to the beginning and take another look. Glue the pom-pom onto one of the magnets. Stick on 2 googly eyes. Fold a piece of card in half and cut it down the middle. Stick 1 half onto another piece of card like this. Then put the other magnet underneath the card, the bug on top, and your pom-pom friend is ready for action.
Try making it in a minute. Now, take a look at this.
It's a brilliant rainbow picture. It was made using chalk pastels and torn paper. It's very easy to do, but makes a picture that looks so good, you'll be able to frame it. You will need blue, light green and dark green paper, some colourful chalk pastels, a ruler, a pencil, a rubber and some glue. To make a rainbow picture, start off by drawing a faint pencil line across your page, just below the middle with a ruler. Starting at your pencil line, draw a big curve with a red chalk pastel in the middle of the paper, like this, on top of the pencil line. Now do the same in orange above it. And do it once again with yellow. We are going to keep following this pattern with the colours of the rainbow. That's green, blue, purple and indigo. Use your hand and fingers to smudge the rainbow colours right across the page. It gives a wonderful hazy effect. Now, wipe your hands. Then, to make the hills, tear off one corner of the paper, making sure that you leave 2 straight edges. Now you can match up the corner of the torn out piece to the bottom corner of the rainbow picture to make a hill. Now do the same again for the other side with some dark green paper. You can add as many hills as you like and stick them down. Now take a clean rubber and rub out any leftover pencil line. And as a finishing touch, draw flowers on the hills with the chalk pastels. Beautiful!
What a brilliant picture! Why don't you have a go? And then frame it!
What a lovely rainbow! Now
I've been planting some seeds in my window box. Wow, they're going to look fantastic. Now I'm just going to add some of this special Grow Very Fast and Strong mixture to my water. There we go, just sprinkle some in there and then pour it on. Wow, that works really well. Oh, I've got some other seeds here. This time grass seeds. Ah, these give me an idea. Let's make something. A hilarious head with a grass hairdo you can watch grow because it's grown from grass seed. Let's make it. As well as our seeds, we'll need some things from the doodle drawers. Some cotton wool. Some elastic bands. A pipe cleaner. A paper cup. An old pair of tights. No, only joking. Oh no, actually, we do need an old pair of tights. Ooh. And some of these grass seeds. Now, to make a grass head, like this fella here, first cut 1 foot from the old pair of tights. But be very careful because scissors are sharp. There we go. Now, put some of your grass seeds into your tight. Now, these are going in to the toe part, so I'll just give them a bit of a shake so they're all down the bottom. There we go. And now we're ready to add a big ball of cotton wool into the tight and on top of the seeds. Now tie a knot in the open end, like this, to keep it all in place. Now we can pinch out a nose shape from the middle, like this, and fix it in place with an elastic band. There we go. There. Now do the same on either side of the head for the ears. Now, you may want to ask an adult to help you with this bit, because it's a bit fiddly. Then get 2 googly eyes. You can make these by drawing them on white paper and cutting them out, or you can go to an art and craft shop and buy them. Excuse I. Whoa! Ah. Here are my googly eyes. Let's stick them on. Let's get some glue. There's one. And there's 2. Great, nearly done, but he needs a mouth. And for that, we'll use a piece of pipe cleaner or a piece of wool. Then put your grass head into a paper cup. There we go. And pop him in a sunny place. Now, if you water him every day, within about a week, he'll start sprouting grass hair. But I don't want to wait a week to show you, so I'm going to use some of my very special Grow Very Fast and Strong mixture. And once you've grown a grass head, you can even style his hair by giving him a trim, like this.
Oi, what's the hairdo?
Sorry, Mr. Grasshead. Oh, great! It's Minute Maid time! Here's what we're going to make today. A toothbrush holder whale. And to make it, we'll need a plastic knife, an old toothbrush, and we'll also need some air-drying clay and some googly eyes. Now, we can get these from an art and craft shop. I'll be back in a tick. I've got them. Here they are.
Googly eyes and our air-drying clay rolled into 2 small balls and 1 big one.
Now, do you think it's possible to make this in just 1 minute?
No way!
Well, I think I can do it, although I will have to be very quick. Don't worry, I'll remind you how to do it at the end. Let's make it in a minute! Get the big ball of clay and just flatten the bottom by pushing it like that. Then, with your fingers, squeeze out a tail shape. That's it. Like this. There we are. Very nice indeed. Now, if I turn it round, we can give our whale a face. And we do that very carefully with a plastic knife. That gives the whale a nice smile. Give him 2 eyes. There's 1 eye there, and there's the 2nd eye going on. There it is. Right, let's get the 2 small balls of clay, and we're going to push them into the side of the whale's body like that, and flatten them slightly. That gives him fins. And then if we get a toothbrush and stick it in the middle, you've got yourself a toothbrush holder whale!
Stop the clock!
What a fantastic toothbrush holder! And if you've got more than a minute, you can paint it a nice bright colour, like this blue one here. In fact, you can make all sorts of toothbrush holders. Like this hedgehog. It's made out of a pointy ball of clay, and it's got lots of toothbrushes for spikes. Or how about a spiky caterpillar made out of 5 balls of clay? A toothbrush holder whale made in a minute. Why don't you try and make one? Here's a reminder of how to do it.
Let's go back to the beginning and take another look. Flatten the bottom of the large ball of clay. Make a tail. And a smile with a plastic knife. Add the googly eyes. Stick on the small balls of clay to make fins. And finally, push in your toothbrush to make your toothbrush hold a whale. Lovely.
Why don't you try making it in a minute? Now, take a look at this. What a brilliant picture! Why don't you have a go? And then frame it!
Time.
Oh, it's Minute Make time! Come on! Here's what we're going to make today. A pencil bug. Oh, Mr. Pencil Bug, I'm woolly pleased to see you. Now, to make one of these, you will need some sticky tack, a pair of scissors, a glue stick, a pencil, a short piece of wool, and a very long piece of wool. Now, we'll also need some googly eyes. Now, you can get these from an art and craft shop. I'll be back in a tick. I've got them. Here they are. Our googly eyes. Now, do you think it's possible to make this in just 1 minute?
No way!
Oh, well, I think I can. I'm going to have to be very quick, though. But don't worry, I'll remind you how to do it at the end.
Stop the clock!
Here we go. Get the long piece of wool and start wrapping it around your hand like this. Round and round it goes. And then carefully slide it off your hand. Get the small piece of wool and then tie it in the middle like that. There we go. Tie it nice and tight. There. And then get a pair of scissors and very carefully cut through the loops there on both sides. There's one side. And here's the other side now. There we go, that gives us a fluffy bug. Now we need to glue on these googly eyes, like this. There's one googly eye, there's the other googly eye, and then if we get our sticky tack on the end of our pencil, there it is, we can push it on to our pencil bug. Phew, I made it!
Only just.
Yes, and if you've got more than a minute, you can make all sorts of pencil bugs. How about a brilliant blue one?
Or even this big one, made out of multicoloured wool.
Pencil bugs made in a minute. Why don't you try and make one? Here's a reminder of how to do it.
Let's go back to the beginning and take another look. Wrap a long piece of wool around your hand and carefully take it off. Tie a smaller piece of wool around the middle of it. Cut the loops of wool around the edges and glue on googly eyes. Stick it on top of the pencil with sticky tack to complete your woolly pencil bug.
Why don't you try and make it in a minute? I'm just having a look for some... Aha! Here it is. Cotton wool. This stuff is great. It's soft, fluffy and lots of fun. Don't believe me? Watch this. You can turn cotton wool into... Oh, a moustache or a beard. Or even better, a moustache, a beard and a wonderful woolly wig all at the same time and all made with cotton wool. Oh yes, you can use cotton wool to make all sorts of things, which gives me a tasty idea. Let's try something.
Try making a delicious meal using cotton wool and tissue paper.
Let's make it. We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. Some card and a plastic plate. Some coloured tissue paper and some cotton wool. Some Gloopy PVA glue. And some felt tip pens. Oh, now to make cotton wool and tissue paper food like this here, start by drawing around a plastic plate onto some card. Now this will give us a nice large plate-sized circle. Fantastic! That's going to be our plate. Now you can put whatever you like on the plate, but I think I'm going to do a cooked breakfast, like this.
Draw all your breakfast and also add a rim around the outside of the plate.
Next, we need to build our picture up with cotton wool. But first, get a bowl and make a gloopy mixture that's half Gloopy Glue and half water. Let's give it a mix so it's nice and runny. Now it's time to add the cotton wool. Now, the type you get in long rolls or pleats like this works really well.
Pull off a piece, dunk it in, and get it nice and squidgy.
And then squeeze it into a ball or whatever shape you like. Now, let's start with the egg. Now for the sausage. And for the beans, you can roll small balls of cotton wool. Keep going and make sure you fill the whole picture with cotton wool. Now we need to add some colour with pieces of tissue paper. Let's add some orange for the baked beans, some brown for the sausage, pink for the bacon, red for the tomato and the tomato ketchup, and yellow for the mushrooms and the egg. And let's start putting on the tissue paper. The egg first. And when you've put your tissue paper down, it's actually a good idea to lay on a little bit more Gloopy Glue mixture on top. Keep going like this until your whole picture is filled with colour.
Fantastic! And it looks great if you colour in the table too.
Now leave it to dry overnight. Good night. Morning. Wow, look at that. It's all dry. Now all we need to do is add some extra details with some felt tip pens to make everything really stand out. Brilliant! A plate full of fake food made with cotton wool and tissue paper. But you don't just have to make a breakfast. Oh no, you could try a roast dinner with chicken drumsticks, roast potatoes and vegetables. Or even a pork chop with mashed potato, broccoli and carrots. In fact, they look so tasty, I think they're making me hungry. I can hear my tummy rumbling. Now, let's turn a pencil into a pencil pet. Look at him. To make a pencil pet, you will need some feathers. Bless you. Also, you'll need a pencil, a pipe cleaner, some scissors, some glue, and some yellow sponge, and also some googly eyes, which you can get from any arty and crafty shop. I'll be back in a tick. There are my googly eyes. Now, do you think it's possible to make a pencil pet in just a minute? Really? Let's find out. I think I'm going to have to move very, very quickly, but don't worry, I'll remind you how to do it at the end. Let's make it in a minute! Right, get 2 feathers and hold them together at the top of the pencil, like that. And then wrap round your pipe cleaner. Here we go, round and round and round and round and round and round. There we go, great. Okay, now it's time for the eyes. Where are they? They're in my bag. I just got them from the shop. Put some glue on them and stick on the eyes.
Hurry up!
All right, there's 1 eye. There's 2 eyes. There we go. And now we need to get our scissors and very carefully cut out a small triangle of yellow sponge. Be very careful because scissors are sharp.
Be careful!
There we go. This is going to be our beak. So if I put some glue on it, I can stick it on our pencil pet. There we go. It's done. I'm finished.
Only just?
Thanks, Toki. Oh, that was a bit close though, wasn't it? But if you've got more than a minute, you could try other types of pencil pen. Fantastic! Pencil pets made in a minute. Why don't you try it? And here's a reminder of how to do it.
Let's go back to the beginning and take another look. Take your 2 feathers and put them at the top of your pencil. Then take the pipe cleaner and wrap it around the pencil and the feathers. Now it's time to glue on the googly eyes. Stick them onto the pipe cleaner and then cut out a triangular beak shape from the foam. Stick down your beak and your pencil pet is finished.
Why don't you try making it in a minute? Would you like to hear a poem? Great! This is my favourite one. It's called Little Miss Maker. Little Miss Maker, the wonderful baker, was ready to eat her bread. But just then a spider sat down right beside her and gobbled it up instead. Ooh, what a cheeky spider! But it gives me a great idea. Let's make something.
Surprise your friends by making a hilarious hairy spider out of wool, pipe cleaners and paper.
Let's make it. We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. A piece of cardboard, some scissors and a glue stick. Some wool in whatever colour you want your spider to be. A pen, some paper and some pipe cleaners. Oh! Now, to make your very own hilarious spider, like this one here, you need to start off with a rectangle-shaped piece of cardboard like this. Now, we're going to make 2 slits. That's one here and one here. Now, be careful with your scissors because they're very sharp. There we go. Now we're going to take some wool and we're going to cut a very long piece like this. There we are. And now we're going to feed this piece of wool into the 2 slits. So that's here, like that. And then on this side, like that. Now it's time to bring back in our ball of wool. Here it is. And we're going to start wrapping it around the piece of cardboard. There, now you've got a nice ball shape. We need to trim off the rest of the wool. There, like that. And then, with these 2 pieces of wool here that we stuck into the slits earlier, we're just going to take them out of that slit there and that one there and then tie them very tightly around our wrapped wool. There, now we should be able to slide the wool off the card. Yeah, it's looking good. Now if we turn it upside down and use these 2 long pieces of wool once more to tie another tight knot around the wrapped wool. Now this is a bit fiddly, so you might want to ask an adult to help you. There we go. Very good. Now we can snip off any extra bits that we don't need. Plus, very carefully, with our scissors, we're going to start snipping these loops here around the edges. Now, be careful not to snip through the middle, otherwise your spider will fall apart. Now, it's a fluffy, woolly ball shape that looks a bit like a spider's body. And I've also tied on a nice long piece of wool here, which I can hang it up with later. Now though, let's give our spider some legs. For that, we'll need 4 pipe cleaners. Now I'm going to bunch those together and then push them through the centre of our spider's body. Then when we've got them through, like this, we can start bending them into the shape of spider's legs so he can stand up. He's got some lovely spider's legs now. All he needs are some eyes and teeth. So for that,
Use some white paper.
let's draw 2 circles for eyes first.
It's a good idea to draw around something that's round, like a glue stick.
There we are, 2 eyes. Now we can also draw 2 pointy teeth. And we can even add some extra detail inside the eyes with black dots for pupils. Now let's cut these pieces out very carefully. Next, we can glue the eyes and the teeth onto our spider's body. Here it is, your hilarious hairy spider. And you can hang it up wherever you like. Plus, you can make your new furry friend in lots of different colours.
How about a purple hairy spider with a sticking out paper tongue? Or a red hairy spider using red wool and red pipe cleaners with lots of teeth? Or even a multicoloured hairy spider using rainbow-coloured wool?
I'm just about to go bird watching. Why don't you join me? It'll be great fun. Yeah. Now, I'm looking for a very rare bird. It's the marvellous multicoloured Makerland bird. Yeah, I've never seen one before. Oh, nothing yet. Maybe I should perform my very special bird call. Yeah. Caw-caw, caw-caw, caw-caw. Now that's done, let's see what we can see. Oh, wow! There she is! Oh, the marvellous multicoloured Makerland bird. And you know, she's given me a great idea. Let's try something.
Try making a brilliant bird's nest picture with a woven woolly nest.
Let's make it! We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. Some wool. Some card. A hole punch. A pen and some scissors. And some sticky white stickers and some gloopy PVA glue. Now, to make your very own brilliant bird in its own wonderful woolly nest, like this one here, we first need to draw a half circle shape on some coloured card. Now, the easiest way to do this is to draw around something that's big and round, like a plate. Now, this should give us a big circle. It does, great. And if we take a ruler and draw a line across the middle of it, perfect. Now let's cut out just one of these half circle shapes, but be careful because scissors are sharp. Next, take a hole punch and very carefully punch holes all the way around the curved edge of the half circle. Okay, here we go. Now this can be a bit tricky, so you might want to ask an adult to help you. Next, take a long piece of wool. It's time to make a woolly nest.
Thread the wool through each hole from one side to the other. There we go. And now feed the wool through every hole, backwards and forwards, across the nest.
And if you want to make your nest thicker, you can pass it through the same holes again. And don't worry, if you run out of wool, you can always use another piece and keep going. Once you're happy with your nest, turn it over and tie up all of the loose ends with knots and snip off any extra bits of wool. Now we've got our nest. We need 2 birds to live in it. So let's get some bits of coloured card. Now it works really well if these are different colours. And let's draw 2 birds.
Each bird is a big circle shape with a smaller circle shape on top for the head. and curvy wings.
Now, carefully cut out 2 triangle beak shapes from orange card and cut out your bird shapes. Next, we need to take some white circle stickers and put them on for eyes. We can add a black dot in the middle with a pen. Stick on the beaks. A little bit of glue there. Now we can stick our birds inside our nest. And we can even stick our bird's nest onto another piece of coloured paper or card to make it really stand out. Fantastic! You don't just have to make a bird's nest, you know. Oh no! How about a woolly spider's web? With a card spider. Or even a cottage with a woolly thatched roof. It's up to you. But now, let's get back to our marvellous multicoloured Makerland bird and have a look at what she's up to. Come on. Hey! She's looking at me through her binoculars. Honestly, how rude. I like to have some privacy, you know. Now, take a look at this.
This is a fantastic picture of a dinosaur skeleton. It's great fun to do and looks so good you'll be able to frame it. You will need some paper, a white wax crayon and 3 different colours of paint. First, let's have a practice on a dark piece of paper so you can see how to draw a dinosaur's skeleton. Start off by drawing the dinosaur's spine. That's his back. Just draw a line of dots that get smaller towards the tail. Add a line of triangles for the dinosaur's spikes and curved lines here to make the ribs. They get shorter as they get closer to the tail. Then add a head with a horn on top and a mouth underneath. And don't forget the legs and feet. These look like 3 sausages in a line. Then add 3 more legs. Now we've had a practice, it's time to start the picture. But this time on a white piece of paper with a white crayon. If you think that's a bit strange, don't worry, all will be revealed. Make sure you draw your dinosaur skeleton in the way we've practiced. Now stir a drop of water into your paint to make it nice and runny. Take the red watery paint and paint a strip at the top of the paper. Do the same with the orange watery paint underneath. It looks great if the colours blend together. Look, the dinosaur is starting to show through where the white wax crayon resists the paint. Now do the same with the brown watery paint. Carry on like this until you reach the bottom of the page. Then leave it to dry. Your very own dinosaur skeleton picture. And you can use this idea to make any picture you like.
What a brilliant picture! Why don't you have a go? And then frame it!
Isn't that clever? Now have a look at this.
It's Minute Make time! Come on. Here's what we're going to make today. A bubble bag.
Great for keeping all your bits and pieces inside.
Very nice. And to make one of these, you will need a pair of scissors, a glue stick, some circles of felt, a long shoelace, a large rectangle of felt, a hole punch and a bubble envelope. Now, do you think it's possible to make this in just 1 minute?
No way!
Well, I think I can do it, Tocky, although I will have to be very quick. Don't worry, though, I'll remind you how to do it at the end. Let's make it in a minute! Right, let's get our bubble envelope and very carefully with some scissors trim off this top end like this. That's it, we go all the way down. There we go. And then we're going to get our hole punch and make holes at the open end here, like that. Then let's get our shoelace and feed it through the holes like this. And then we're going to tie a knot on the other end. Here we go. Let's tie a knot.
You're not going to do it.
Very funny, Tocky. I get it. Knot. Yeah, very funny. There's our knot. OK, right. Now let's put some glue on here. And we're going to put on, first of all, our rectangle of felt. On it goes. And then we're going to put our big circle on next. And then we're going to put our medium-sized circle. And then we're going to put on our small circle. And we are finished!
Only just.
And if you've got more than a minute, you can make all sorts of bubble bags. This one is made with felt stripes. And this one has a checked pattern. Bubble bags made in a minute. Why don't you try it? Here's a reminder of how to do it.
Let's go back to the beginning and take another look. First, take a bubble envelope and punch holes through the open end like this. Thread a long shoelace through the holes to make handles and tie knots in the ends. Glue on a large sheet of felt and decorate it with felt shapes to finish your bubble bag.
Why don't you try making it in a minute? Great! It's minute make time. Here's what we're going to make today. A pipe cleaner mouse. Say cheese, Mr. Mouse. That's how mice say cheese. Honest. And to make a pipe cleaner mouse, you will need a pair of scissors, a pencil, a pink pipe cleaner, 3 white pipe cleaners, and some glue. Oh, we'll also need some googly eyes, and you can get those from an art and craft shop. Wait right there. I've got them. Yes, here are my googly eyes. Now, do you think it's possible to make this in just 1 minute?
You're having a laugh.
Really, Tocky? Well, I think I can do it. I'll have to be very quick, but don't worry, I'll remind you how to do it at the end.
Start the clock.
Here we go. Let's get the pink pipe cleaner and very carefully snip it in half like that. And then we're going to bend this half up like that to make a nose. Now we need a white pipe cleaner and we're going to wrap it around the pencil like this. There we go. If you slide it off, this is going to be the body of our mouse. There we go. That goes up to the nose. Then with this other pink piece here, we're going to fold it into ear shapes. There we go. There's one ear. And there's the other ear. And we can pop that up and squeeze it into position. There we go. Our mouse has got 2 ears. Now we need to get these other 2 white pipe cleaners and wrap them around the pencil.
Faster,
there's one.
Faster.
And there's the other one. Wrap it round. This is the rest of the mouse's body. And then slide that off and slide it onto our mouse like that. Curl the tail up. And then we need to stick on 2 eyes. One bit of glue there, one bit of glue there. There's one eye. And there is the other eye. I've done it!
Only just.
That was close. And I made a little mouse in a minute. And if you've got more than a minute, you can make all sorts of pipe cleaner animals. Try making a pipe cleaner lion. This one's got long legs and loops for feet. Or how about this stripy caterpillar? It's got lots of small pipe cleaners for legs. A pipe cleaner creature made in a minute. Why don't you try it? Here's a reminder of how to do it.
Let's go back to the beginning and take another look. Take a pink pipe cleaner and bend the end to make a mouse nose. Twist a white pipe cleaner around a pencil. This makes the mouse's head. Slide it onto the pink pipe cleaner all the way up to the nose. Twist another pink pipe cleaner into the shape of 2 ears and attach them to the head. Twist and attach 2 more white pipe cleaners to make the mouse's body. And finally add 2 googly eyes to complete your pipe cleaner mouse.
Why don't you try making it in a minute? Now, take a look at this.
It's a rubbed-out picture of a city at night time. It looks so good, you'll be able to frame it. You will need white paper, a black chalk pastel or a charcoal stick, and a pencil with a rubber on top or a small rubber. First, cover the white paper with charcoal. This can get a bit messy, so make sure you do it on top of some newspaper or old paper. Now, using the rubber, rub out rectangle, square and triangle shapes along the middle of the paper like this. These are going to be the towers in our city picture. Next, rub out a house shape at the front of the picture. Give it a sloping up and down roof with a chimney. Rub out window shapes in the towers, leaving squares and rectangles of black as you do it. Then rub out 4 squares to make a window in the house at the front of your city picture. Now rub out the middle section between the house and the towers in the background. You could even add a little moon in the night sky. It's a rubbed out city at night.
What a brilliant picture! Why don't you have a go? And then frame it!
Isn't it effective?